Yeah.
And we're back again.
For the champs. We're back again.
Champs are here.
Yeah.
Champions. Number one. Moment of silence for the champions. For those who make going hard and lifestyle.
I'm not star up in the sky. I'm not mountain peak up high. Yeah, I made it. I'm the world's greatest.
24th installation for the nation. This is a special
off season. Sorry. Season preview.
For the champions.
Champs.
With your NBA
champions.
Milwaukee
Bucks.
Oh, it's hard. You can't really say when the last time this team was relevant.
No. Last year.
Yeah, it's last year. They won it all. Still the champions in here. Talk a little bit about their history. They grinded for that as a team. They grinded for that because the last player they had of note there a while ago is probably when we're talking Michael Redd, Andrew Bogut, Brandon Jennings.
Brandon Jennings, that was, you know what? That seems so long ago because it was.
It was. This
Brandon
team
Jennings.
has been...
Brandon Jennings was 30 though. Shout out to Brandon Jennings, innit?
Yeah, he's like 55 or something in his first game.
Yeah, shout out to Brandon Jennings.
This team is was a rebuilding team that I don't really remember them being the worst team in the league. But I don't remember.
I know it sounds weird. This sounds weird. I think when obviously we follow the league, yeah. But you know when you follow your team, so like I feel like I know I'm following more about Western Conference than the Eastern Conference, and then with the Eastern Conference, you may only know about the playoff teams or the contenders or whatever. I feel like Milwaukee historically was a team that could slip through the radar of a casual NBA fan because they're not really in the playoffs. They were just there, and do you know what I mean? Like, no disrespect to them.
Yeah. For what they've done for the past few years and the things that they've done, the true definition of a well-run small market team. Yeah, they actually really did right by Giannis, innit? Like normally, you know how it is in the NBA. You'll have a superstar, someone identified as a superstar. Take the Pelicans for example, and then they tried to, but then they didn't put anything around. They don't put anything around their superstar.
You know what you're talking about? Anthony Davis.
Yeah, that's just an example of recently. Even James Harden happened with him, but they put places around him. But Giannis is the one guy that Milwaukee Bucks put players around him. It came to fruition. They got the championship,
and they didn't even need to put superstars around him. They just managed to find solid players to complement him.
Who is your guy to watch? Actually, obviously,
this guy. I think maybe because it's so obvious.
Yes.
That there's not even. Should we just leave it? Let's just leave it.
No, I'll say who's the best player? Grayson Allen. Love it.
Mr. Finals MVP. Mr. Taking the trophy through Chick-fil-A. Mr. Making People's Day. Mr. Greek Freak. Mr. I got all my brothers in the league. If one of us gets in, we all get in.
All my brothers in the league at the same
time. Hey.
Same as Drew Holiday.
Yeah, shout out to Drew Holiday. But it's not Drew Holiday, just in case you thought we were talking about Drew Holiday was the best player team. It's Mr. Giannis. I'm not even going to try and butcher it. I was about to butcher it, innit? I'll let you pass it through on that one.
We know it's the best player in the team, but for me, my guy to watch for next season, be good to see him fully unleashed. Drew Holiday, who I think by the best perimeter defender in the league.
Yeah. He was in the D1D plus defenders team, wasn't he?
I'm sorry, unless someone shows me otherwise, that guy's the best. His defense in the finals, bro, was
creme.
Bro, that chase down
creme de la creme.
Bro, he literally had about 2 or 3 game-saving moments, bro. Just from the
he had the steal from Devin Booker for the alley-oop that's gone down in history. Give me that. The thing, the thing with Drew Holiday though, obviously NBA champion, sturdy defender. He was offensively slow to heat up in the finals. He had a few games where he had a few games where offensively he weren't there. You know, when the Phoenix won games 1 and 2, he didn't show up offensively. But obviously, we don't need to discuss that. They won. That's that.
And for me, consistent, because people say consistency, he was consistent on the defensive end,
which is enough, which helps. Which is, if anything, when you got players like Giannis on your team, man's gonna be dropping 47, 48, 50.
Yeah. Shoot. Clumsy, who you watching?
I'm gonna jump on a bandwagon and I'm watching Giannis again. I feel like there's a lot of players that might achieve what he's achieved at a young age. Sit back, take those checks, stay in Milwaukee, maybe even leave to a bigger sort of franchise, bigger city, then just start living their life with their millions, going out, buying cars, buying houses, buying watches, buying chains, becoming a rapper, featuring in films. Not Giannis. I don't see that happening to Giannis. I see Giannis going back to the gym, training, coming back, getting MVP, the second player that we've discussed, MVP candidate possible, coming back to the playoffs. I was gonna say go back to back, but he's a bit sticky about that one.
You like watching him in the playoffs?
Yeah. And he's a player. I'm not even gonna lie. If Milwaukee are willing to every year surround him with who is needed, as in like have less loyalty to their complementary players and focus purely on Giannis, he is somebody that could be like a Bill Russell guy and have like 10 rings, 8 rings. I'm calling it on this channel. I'm calling it. But to do that, Milwaukee has to be cutthroat with who they're pairing up with him, or he has to leave and hop around and be going around to teams, fam.
Tangent thing, just for Giannis. Obviously, it's early to talk about GOAT, but I'm gonna drop him in like GOAT conversation. Purely, if you look at his main competition in the league, right, and the age of them guys, he's 20. Giannis is what, like 26 or something?
Yeah.
Bro, the people he's going against are like Bron, Harden, KD, like the top.
They're soon to be gone.
Yes, actually seem to be gone, and he's going to come into prime. Obviously, we don't know what young players are going to step up from there, but Giannis has a chance to have a chokehold on the league if they put him up. Yeah, this isn't even getting caught in the sauce, and they're just looking at talent and thinking, bro.
Just fanboyed out so much that we're calling him a GOAT and Bill Russell.
Yeah, fam, you called him.
No, you called him a. What do you mean? You called him a GOAT though?
If you look at his stats, all
right, well, you have to get defensive, mate. But no, honestly though, it's truth. It's the truth, man.
Milwaukee, you got yourself a real one.
With what was it? The 15th pick as well. I mean, and international. If you ain't watched the D1D Plus investigates international players taking over the league, watch it.
What was your hot take, Clumsy?
My hot take. This year, you know how we're talking about Atlanta, and we're saying, and New York as well. And we're saying that we think that they took advantage of they used their luck and they were blessed with a rough season for other teams. I feel like Milwaukee, in terms of as a whole team, is probably the king of that, because do you see where I'm coming from in terms of like they were the ones that also did exactly what Atlanta done and New York done, but they won it, right? And if you're seeing all the transactions that other teams have done in the off season, if everyone stays healthy, which obviously we want everyone to stay healthy, we don't want injuries for anybody, it's not as easy as it was last year. And I feel like there's no room for how you could miss off a game. Like we're talking about Drew Holiday's offense, like you have to be on 100% all the time, full talent, full everything, for it to be a possibility of a back-to-back with his complementary.
So you're saying Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton need to like step up the whole season? Is that what
I'm saying? Like, obviously, it's one of those things where it's like you step up in the whole season as much as you need to be in the playoffs, yeah. And then, but from the moment you're in the playoffs, yeah, every second of every single game needs to be 100%. Because I'm telling you right now, in that finals, bro, you can't go 2-0, 2-0 down to other teams and come back. You might not get Bucks in 6.
Are you saying you don't think they've got better in the off season?
Compared to, no. I don't think they've got that much better now.
Okay, well, I think we'll talk about that in the transaction part then. Okay, all right. My hot take is actually weirdly, I think they haven't got extremely better, but I think they've addressed a couple of needs.
Okay.
Via the off season, I think Rodney Hood is always been a nice scorer. When you looked at the playoffs, the one thing that they missed was a little bit more scoring.
Yeah, which is those games where Drew Holiday weren't scoring.
Yeah, Rodney Hood is someone who's proven apart from injuries, normally a pretty.
So basically, you think they've patched up the cracks.
A little bit. They obviously the champions. I didn't think they had a lot of cracks on that team, and they brought in George Hill. I think that's a reliable defensive backup point guard. So I think they, like you said, maybe not like world beaters in terms of someone that you're like, oh my days, are definitely gonna go back to back. But I think like they didn't remain stagnant. I think they got a little bit better.
Okay, yeah, fair. Anyway, guess the seeding. We have to respect. We had to respect the defending champs first and second.
Yeah, first and second. Only thing I might add, bro, is if they calculate themselves and say, you know, we're so good, we don't have to go crazy ham during the season.
Third or fourth.
In order to
no less than fourth. No less than fourth for those.
Yeah.
That's what I meant about the fact. Yeah, that's what I mean about you don't have to go hard all season. You have to go hard long enough for you to get the playoff and get the position you want, and then
Yeah, I get you.
A lot of season transactions you already touched on some of them, but you may as well name the rest of them.
George Hill, like we said, Rodney Hood from squad, and they got Semi Ojeleye and Grayson Allen recently. So all four of them, like we always say, solid players. Patched up some of the cracks in the team, but just 4 players that actually fit that Milwaukee Bucks identity of what they do. All 4 guys are, apart from Rodney Hood, are pretty defensive orientated guys, and they can score a little bit in their role. So I think,
there we go. They got their own pick, but they're good. So whatever happens, it happens. Obviously, Mr. Mike Boldenholz, he just signed an extension. I saw, not as in but not too long ago in the offseason, he signed an extension. Why would you not? Why would you not when you just bought your chip to Milwaukee?
Not even chip, bro. They've actually the past few 3-4 seasons they have been contending. Eastern Conference Finals, semi-finals. They've been in it, like, so.
That's true. But in terms of like the long, obviously they've got some players in to fix the small cracks that may have shown themselves in the finals.
Yeah.
But in terms of the long haul, like you said, like for example, George Hill, he's an older guy. He's someone that you might only bring in for a season or 2 max. In terms of Giannis's 26-year-old age and the long haul, if he's staying with Milwaukee, obviously we're discussing the 21-22 off-season preview, but they do need to bring in another superstar or star to complement Mr. Finals MVP.
Yeah, it's weird because they have Chris Middleton, who's kind of like one guy we haven't really touched on more. Who's like
he's
such a silent
star, guy. You know who he is?
Yeah.
He's what Kawhi Leonard wished he could be. Not talent-wise, I'm talking about in terms of like media and like how people discuss. Because Well, let me just clear that up in it. I'm not saying that Kawhi wishes he was. I don't think any man wishes there was another man in it, like in life, in it. That's just mad. But I mean, in terms of like, how the media portrays Kawhi like he's just a humble guy, wants to just play basketball, keep his head down, do what he needs to do, get on with it.
That is what Chris.
And that is what Chris Middleton is. But because Kawhi is who Kawhi is, everyone wants to talk to him all the time. And he's probably just like, that's long, man. I just want to be. Do you know what I mean? So like, that's what I meant when I said that. Let me just clear that up. But anyway, Milwaukee fans, shout out to you guys for winning the chip. Bucks in 6. Professor called it. If you don't believe me, go back and watch all of our videos because I can't remember which video it was. So you're gonna have to watch all of them. But while you're there, make sure you like all of them. Like this one, comment on this one, comment on the rest, share it with Giannis. Let him know that we thought he was MVP and GOAT and all of these things there.
Chick-fil-A, baby.
Chick-fil-A, baby. Peace out.
A-Town.
Bow.